Hey there, and a very warm welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're joining us today. If you're learning Spanish, you already know that your daily life, la vida diaria, is just full of constant action. You eat breakfast, you drink water, you read books, you run to catch the bus. Well, today we are going to learn exactly how to talk about those everyday actions by cracking the code of regular ER verbs. We'll be using this explainer to visually guide us through the vocabulary, uncover some hidden grammar patterns, and ultimately get you speaking confidently.
Okay, let's dive right into our roadmap for today. We're going to cover times of day and places, spot the hidden pattern, tackle the ER verb rule, conjugate the verb comer, learn more everyday ER verbs, and wrap up with the cultural meaning of comer.
All right, Section 1, times of day and places. Before we can even think about the actions we do every day, we really need the foundational vocabulary to describe exactly when and where these things are happening. Setting the scene is absolutely crucial. So let's practice our essential settings. I'm going to say the Spanish phrase, pause, say it a bit slower so you can repeat it right after me, and then give you the English meaning. Ready? Let's do this. Por la mañana. Por la mañana. In the morning. Por la tarde. Por la tarde. In the afternoon. Por la noche. Por la noche. At night. Todos los días. Todos los días. Every day. En la casa. En la casa. At home. En la escuela. En la escuela. At school. En la calle. En la calle. In the street. Awesome job. Keep these times and places in the back of your mind because we're going to be using them very soon.
Section 2. Spot the hidden pattern.
Let's move on and see how this builds. It's time to put on your detective hat. I really want you to look closely at the action words coming up. I'm going to read them to you, and I challenge you to figure out what the underlying grammatical rule is, just by using context clues. Let's look at the evidence.
Listen closely here and feel free to repeat after me. Pay special attention to those action verbs. Yo como arroz todos los días. Yo como arroz todos los días. I eat rice every day. Ella bebe agua por la mañana. Ella bebe agua por la mañana. She drinks water in the morning. Nosotros leemos libros interesantes por la noche. Nosotros leemos libros interesantes por la noche. We read interesting books at night. Tú aprendes muchas palabras nuevas. Tú aprendes muchas palabras nuevas. You learn many new words. Los estudiantes corren en la calle. Los estudiantes corren en la calle. The students run in the street. So, did you spot the pattern? All those verbs we just looked at, como, bebe, leemos, aprendes, corren, they literally all spring from infinitives that end in the letters ER.
Moving right along to Section 3. The ER verb rule.
We've seen these verbs out in the wild, and now we're going to explicitly unlock the secret code that governs all regular ER verbs in the present tense. Honestly, once you have this one pattern down, you can use dozens of Spanish verbs perfectly. So the crucial point is this super elegant two-step mechanic. Step 1. You simply take the infinitive verb, like comer, which means to eat, and you drop the ER ending. That leaves you with the stem, com. Step 2. You just add the correct ending that matches your subject. Those endings are o, s, e, hemos, and n. It's literally just a simple drop and add formula. Let's compare this to what you might already know. If you've tackled regular R verbs before, you know those endings are o, s, a, hemos, and an. For our new ER verbs, we're essentially just swapping that a out for an e. So the endings become o, s, e, hemos, and n. And hey, look at the yo form at the very top of the list. The absolute best part is that the ending for yo, meaning I, remains exactly the same for both. It's just an o. Brilliant, right? Okay, Section 4. Conjugating the verb comer. Let's anchor this newly learned grammar code with our ultimate master example. Now, what's really interesting about this is how perfectly that step-by-step rule applies across the board. Let's practice saying the conjugated forms of comer, to eat together. For yo, it's como, como. For tú, comes, comes.
for él, ella, or usted. Come, come. For nosotros or nosotras. Comemos, comemos. And for ellos, ellas, or ustedes. Comen, comen. Let's put our master verb into some real daily life scenarios. Remember to repeat the Spanish out loud with me. Yo como cereal por la mañana. Yo como cereal por la mañana. I eat cereal in the morning. ¿Comes pizza los viernes? ¿Comes pizza los viernes? Do you eat pizza on Fridays? I know I certainly do. Mi familia come a las 7. Mi familia come a las 7. My family eats at 7. Now, notice here that mi familia counts as a single unit, basically an it or she, so we use the form come. Comemos arroz con frijoles. Comemos arroz con frijoles. We eat rice and beans. Ellos comen en la escuela. Ellos comen en la escuela. They eat at school.
Section 5. More everyday ER verbs. You officially hold the master key now. It's time to expand that vocabulary toolkit so you can describe a whole lot more of your daily life. Let's practice these incredibly common, highly useful verbs. I want you to imagine plugging these directly into the step-by-step formula we just mastered. Aprender, aprender, to learn. Beber, beber, to drink. Comer, comer, to eat. Comprender, comprender, to understand. Correr, correr, to run. Leer, leer, to read. Vender, vender, to sell. With just this short list, combined with our endings, you can literally generate hundreds of different sentences about daily routines. And finally, Section 6, the cultural meaning of kumar.
You know, learning a language isn't just about the grammar. It's heavily about the culture. So here's an insider ojo tip, a real watch-out tip, so you can actually sound like an authentic local and not just a textbook. In English, we use to eat for everything, right? From a handful of almonds to a massive Thanksgiving dinner. But in many parts of Latin America, the verb comer specifically refers to eating the main meal of the day, which usually happens midday. If you're just grabbing a quick snack, people will often say comer algo, which literally means to eat something, or they'll use the noun la merienda for an afternoon snack. In the Hispanic world, context is absolutely everything when you're talking about food.
And this brilliantly illustrates that cultural nuance. Vamos a comer. Vamos a comer. This phrase literally translates to, let's go eat. But locally, this is definitely not an invitation to grab a quick bag of chips. This is a warm, super meaningful invitation to sit down with family or friends for the biggest, most important, and connective meal of the day.
So, we've covered the settings, cracked the ER verb code, practiced our conjugations, and even explored some cultural food contexts. Now, you are fully equipped to describe your own daily life in Spanish. So I'm going to leave you with this final, incredibly important question to think about, and answer using your new skills. ¿Qué comes todos los días? ¿Qué comes todos los días? What do you eat every day? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep practicing those verbs, and I will see you next time.